Welcome back to Travel Live Globally. And so you've arrived in Curaçao and now you want to know how to get around. Well, in this episode, we will go over multiple ways on how you can get around in Curaçao. That those ways are rental car, taxi, private transportation, local bus, or by foot. So join us as we explore how to get around in Curaçao. When visiting Curaçao, one of the things you want to make sure is you have access to transportation. The beaches are spread throughout. You will need transportation to get to them. You will need transportation to go to the store. This is not an island where you can just go to a location and expect to be able to experience the island without transportation. You can go to certain areas and stay in those areas without transportation, but to really get a feel for the island, you'll want to have transportation. So the best way to have transportation is to rent a car. Make sure you rent your car before you get to the island. I heard the later you wait to rent a car, the more expensive they are. The island is only so big, they only have so many car rentals, so the longer you wait, the price starts to increase. So rent your car as early as possible so that you can secure a car and the price that you like. There are also two types of cars. They have American cars and European cars on the island, which is very interesting when you see that. You'll see the steering wheel on both sides of the car, and you'll get a little kick out of that. But most rental cars that I'm aware of are American style cars with the steering wheel on the left side. Left side if you're sitting in the car. Right side if you're looking at the car. Alright, so most car rentals are, from my experience, I've never had one, a European style car. But they do still drive on the how do I say this, the right side of the road. They still drive on the right side of the road. Even if you have a European car, you're going to be driving on the right side of the road, just like in America. Europeans, they drive, I think, on opposite sides. In Africa, opposite sides. So that'll give you an idea. Alright, we got a little bumpy here. So when you're renting your car, most name brand car rentals, let's get past these bumpy roads real quick. Alright, so when you're renting your car, most name brand car rentals will be located at the airport. So it's really easy to get out the plane, go through customs, and get to your car rental. It's all set up right there. They do have local car rentals, which you will find the prices are a little cheaper. If you decide to go through a local car rental, you'll have to do your research and check into off-brand car rental places. They seem to be a little cheaper, but they're typically not at the airport. So they'll either pick you up at the airport or you'll have to make your way to them. So that is the difference between renting a car. Also, renting your car, you have to, put gas in your car. So gas is a little expensive here, but most cars are compact, so I would be conscious of making sure that you get a compact car. You don't need a four-wheeler here at all. You don't need a large car. Most cars are small cars, so go with the flow and get a small car because we're going to talk about driving later on in this episode. When you are pumping your gas, you want to make sure to use the yellow handle. They will remind you when you pick up your car, but just in case, use the yellow handle for putting gas in your car. Make sure that you use the right handle, and there's always an attendant at the gas station that can help you with that. All right, now let's talk about taxis. Taxis will break the bank. That's all I gotta say about taxis. They are pretty expensive, but you can get a taxi. What's happening on the island that I've noticed is people are starting their own pickup service, meaning they're kind of like an Uber before the island, instead of, because there's no Uber or no Lyft on the island. So people are starting their own pickup service, so you can find private pickup and drop off, and they'll even give you private tours. So do research and make sure to look up some of those private pickups if you choose not to rent a car. And the private pickups seem to be keeping their prices below taxi rates. So that could be another option if you don't need to go out all the time, or you're not doing a lot of driving and you just need to get to a beach every once in a while, different beach. They'll get you there. You don't have to worry about driving or gas or insurance or any of those things. All right, let's talk about the bus system. I've never taken the bus, so I really can't talk about the experience. I can just talk about what I've learned about the buses. There's two types of bus out here. There's the large bus that will take you across the island, and then there's these smaller van-looking buses. There's the bus system, and the timing can be off. It's not always on time. It is very, very inexpensive though. So if you're really trying to save $1, a bus system is a way to go if you're not renting a car. But you have to find the systems, and then you have to find the stops that the buses are in. So here is an example of a stop right there. From my understanding, they are not always on time. So you're on island time, so be patient when it comes to the bus system. Again, there's two types of bus that I know of. There's the large bus that takes you across the island, and there's these smaller vans. They look like little white vans that picks you up at the different stops and takes you. So you just have to get the system to understand how the bus system works. But that is an option. So you're coming to the island, and the reason for you to come is because you want to get out and walk. Well, you could do that if you were staying in certain areas. So if you are in Willemstad, that is a great area to stay in if you want to be able to walk to different things and enjoy your time here. Getting to a beach, though, may be a little challenging. There's not really a close beach to Willemstad, but they do have a beach club. So you can go to the beach club if you don't have a pool at the location that you're staying. So that would be an idea if that's what you want to do. You don't really want to get out and drive or rent a car, but you want to be able to get out and walk. The second area that you could stay in, where I think it's feasible to get out and walk in, but you're going to stay in that area, is Jan Thiel. That is a very touristy area. That's where you find the yacht boats and the big fancy houses and the resorts and things like that. You could go to those locations and stay in the area and walk to different restaurants and shops and beaches. So you have beaches down there. The third destination you can go to if you want to be able to get out and walk is Westpunt. Now, Westpunt is more rural, so things will be a little bit more spread out, but you can find pockets in Westpunt where you can get out and walk to different beaches. You'll have more access to different beaches up there, versus in Willemstad, you'll have options to more restaurants, coffee shops, shopping, and in Jan Thiel, you'll have access to all the above, but more man-made beaches.
Now, there are areas in Curaçao that can get a little congested and busy on those streets. This here is where you find the old town in Otrabanda. It's really unique. All these shops down here are old, they're locally owned. So I do suggest that you go and visit this area because it's a really good dose of the culture down here.
All this just to go get turkey meat.
Ground turkey.
Ground turkey.
Well, we hope to get ground turkey.
Yeah. Well, we hope to get ground turkey.
No promises.
Also, Curaçao is not immune to having some rush hour. The roads are paved if you drive from one end to the other. Of course, there are side roads that you can go down to get to different part of the areas. And if you ever get lost, just do a U-turn like we are doing right here. Look at all that cactus. This is a desert island, so you will see all different types of cacti, which is very interesting for a Caribbean island. So once you get back on the main road, you can drive it again from one end to the other. The roads are paved. You have stop signs, but you will not run into a lot of traffic lights. They have what is called roundabouts. Everybody knows what a roundabout, but they have roundabouts here. So get used to the traffic, drive like the locals, get into that roundabout, get out of that roundabout. You'll get used to it. As you can see, the more we are headed towards Westpunt, it gets greener. There's more vegetation this way for some reason, whereas if you're headed to Jan Thiel, it is more deserty. So you want more green, you're going to head towards Westpunt. Now, all roads are not paved. You run into roads like this. This was one of those times I wanted to venture off and check out some side roads. This show is brought to you by PG for PD, Personal Growth for Personal Development Books. Go to www.pgpdbooks.com to get your workbooks and books. So welcome to downtown Willemstad. So we are in Willemstad, and this is where all the shops, the forest area, where the cruise ships come in. And they have lots of shops down here, fashion shops, which I need to go to. We should do some shopping, huh? Willemstad is the main hub for this area. There's Willemstad, there's Scharloo, there's Piedmont, there's Kunda, and Otrabanda. And as you can see, there's a bunch of alleyways that you go down. These are like little cool alleyways with all the shops in it. Restaurants, oh, and this is the art. Look at this artwork. Now you will find this art on walls everywhere. You find this type of art everywhere here in Curaçao. A lot of artists here. These look like handmade postcards, don't they? Let's see, what is this? This is their art here. Ah, there's a artist shop. One of my dangerous spots. I like this French forever. We're not going to film inside, but that is the artist shop in there. If you want to take a look. You have the blue Curaçao, but guess what? They don't just have blue. They have a rainbow of colors. They all do taste the same. I've asked them before. They just do the different colors for your drinks and things. A bustling city type of area. So this is where you'll find the Queen Emma Bridge. It is a floating bridge. These are the beautiful buildings that line the Bay Area in front of where the cruise ships come in. So down here, when the cruise ships come in, these streets get to be bustling. They're hustling, and it's a lot of people. You have shopping, restaurants in this area. This is the Chi Chi doll. Now, we were a little disappointed because they removed the Chi Chi doll when we went back. So I thought I'd just throw a picture in there for you. Used to be right in this area. And then something else they changed. When we came back, we noticed it was a little different. So this is where they hang the locks, your love locks on, right? And so now this is new. But what they used to have in the area is these 3 hearts. They were beautiful, but I guess maybe they got too heavy and they had to remove it. And they put this block in this area. It's not as pretty as it used to be, but we're going to see what it looks like when it's done. It looks like they might be doing something in the middle. I don't know. But as you can see, it got so full, they started putting it on the cannons over here, which is probably not what they wanted to happen. This is a very prime area for your shopping and your art. There's lots of colors in this area. All artists, you'll find artist shops. You can buy your art. You can buy Chi Chi dolls down here. And the Chi Chi dolls are only in certain stores. They are not in the gift shops. So those are very distinctive to the area. The artisans paint those. But this is very colorful, bustling, party town. Party area, things like that. And in the evening, you can go down there, see the sunset, and there is the Queen Emma Bridge back there. It floats, it moves, and it is so fun to sit on when it is moving. So let's go on in and go to Swing Bridge. Swing. Swing.
Technically, it's called the Queen Emma Bridge, but it's commonly referred to as Swing Bridge. Pontoons. Pontoon boats below allow you to float on the water. Punta Tuale. Otrabanda Tuale.
So you jump on the swing bridge to go over to Otrabanda. Otrabanda is very, very artsy. A lot of artists live in this area, and also a lot of locals live over here. So you will find big old, beautiful, colorful homes in this area and apartments. A lot of apartments, places to stay, lots of little roads to go down everywhere in Curaçao. So this is the tourist area over in Otrabanda. This is so colorful. It is beautiful, bright colors. This is where you will find more of your upscale, not really high end, but upscale shops that you can shop at, boutique shops. Ooh, that ice cream right there. Oh, that gelato, that was the bomb.com. So make sure you stop there. You go in here in the middle, in the center, and it just opens up. So beautiful. You have lots of little boutique restaurants. You can sit outside and eat. This place is not as, it's more modern than over in Punta Willemstad area, and a lot more artist boutiques over here, where there is more gift shops over on the other side of the water. So it's a little bit more expensive on this side, but you can see why. I'm just walking. I'm looking for this restaurant to go to, and I'm just walking, but you know what? It's right there in front of me, but I took a turn anyway because I thought it was down this way. And I found this. This is what I found over there. Again, in Otrabanda, you can find all types of art around any corner that you go to. And we are here. This is where we were stopping to eat outdoors. Very modern, very nice. This is the old fork over in Otrabanda. You go in here, and again, there are shops and not as many boutique shops, but more restaurants. A lot of restaurants, kind of like a eatery area.
This is a busy walkway where
Yeah.
a lot of people come and go to and from work here. And then, of course, the Kaya team is wanting to incorporate the reef work, which is a very, very big
Yeah.
tourist spot. It's an old castle. And they want to connect these two locations
Oh,
together.
wow.
So people will come through here and walk through Otrabanda and get the real flavor.
Here we go. Back over the swing bridge over to Willemstad Punda area. So in Punda area, you will find a lot of family activities from the locals who come down here. They do shows, they do, a lot of their activities are down here. And every evening they do fireworks also. I take that back. Not every evening, only on the evenings that the cruise ships come in. When the cruise ships leave out, they will do some fireworks. So this is more of the family atmosphere feeling over here. Take I don't know what you call this, but it's the little pink bus throughout the town and head over to Petermont. All right, we are down here in Petermont. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you giving them that? No more dap. The pink unicorn is an expat that we met from Atlanta. So she went down there, opened her shop, started off as a food truck, and now has her own stationary brick and mortar in Piedmont. Piedmont is a very more, like I would say, upscale. It's right next to Punda. It has a lot of restaurants also, but these are more sit down inside restaurants. They have a lot of coffee shops. You can walk around this area just going from restaurant to restaurants, have an appetizer here, have a drink here, and just go down. It's very fun. They do activities also over here, and this area comes alive at night. So, an interesting fact about all the color buildings, the reason why I heard that all the buildings are so colorful is because said that the white buildings hurt the eye. So, they had everyone paint their buildings different colors to bring out more of a vibrant feel. And also, now it is a very artsy area, but the reason why they had them change it is because the white hurts the eyes with the sun. It's sunny year round here, so, This area right here is really, really cool. Look at these beautiful buildings. There is La Rita. Oh my God, I love the coffee there. Now, when you're ready to head over to Scharloo, you can take this bridge and walk straight across the water and get over there. Remember that Punda, Piedmont, Scharloo, and Otrabanda are all walkable areas. If you're staying in this area, you can visit them all. Go hop from one to the other. Now we're in Scharloo. So I actually really like Scharloo area. It has that old time feel to it. The buildings are huge. Again, you will find the murals painted all over the place over here. And they're just like huge, big mansion buildings. So this is the Ritz. This is where we stayed the very first time we came. It is a very good location where you can walk to all the areas that we just talked about. I love the style of Scharloo so much that I had my photo shoot done over there. Thanks to Karen Morgan Bourgeois that she was able to come over, meet me in Scharloo area, and we did a photo shoot against all of these pretty colors. These colors seem a little bit more paisley over here, and so I thought I would wear a paisley dress. But when you're driving down in this area, you're going to see a lot of these buildings that are bricked up. And the reason why they're bricked up is so that people don't go inside of them and destroy them. Here we are on this bridge. This bridge will take us over to across the water, headed towards Westpunt area. So I wanted to show you this night view. It looks like a big old city, right? But here we go. We're entering into Westpunt. Now, you know you arrived in Westpunt when everything seems a little bit more scarce, right? It's very eclectic over here. There's more room. It's more rural. Look at this artwork. See, it's a little different. Again, in Westpunt area, the closer you get to Westpunt, the more greenery you will see. So if you like to be in nature, you might want to choose going to Westpunt area. And the other advantage is, the beautiful beaches that they have there. This is where you will find a lot of beaches that are to die for. And if you like cliff jumping, if you like cliff jumping, Westpunt area, as you go towards Westpunt, this is where you will find the cliff jumping. Now, me looking down here just makes my knees just buckle, right? I have not gotten up the nerve to jump off, but again, all your jumps are at your risk. You want to also, we're going to take the bridge back over during the day. Here's a view during the day. We're going to go over and head to Jan Thiel. All right, so now that we're in Jan Thiel, if you like the yachts and the boats and things like that, this is your area you want to be in. This is going to be your upscale restaurant. It's going to be your big fancy houses, all high end. So you want to spend a little bit more money and be around a different type of crowd, then you want to come over and head over to Jan Thiel. A lot of your boat trips though will also be out of this area. So whether you're staying here or not, you're going to come over. They do have beautiful beaches, but it's nothing like the beaches over towards Westpunt. Thank you for watching Travel Live Globally. Tune in next week as we explore off the beaten path and find unique things to share with you.